he is the favorite. But I think Aaron Banks can ambush him.
Let's look at the back. Physique is one from the abs in the back, Dennis. And compare these two guys. Compare their backs for us.
That's why I think that he would be my dark horse to win the Olympia.
Athletes and fans around the world, welcome to another episode of Primetime Muscle. I'm Tim Wilkins, and Tarek Gilgindi. We are joined yet again by the one and only, the menace, Dennis James.
I would like to thank you guys, especially you, Tim, for keeping your promise.
To bring you back.
You promised to bring me back. I'm here, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now.
Well, looking over your shoulder, do you think I could tell that guy no? do you really think I'm going to break my word with that? My word is usually gold anyway.
Well, that guy's no longer here.
90% of that guy's under that suit. Tarek, good to see you, my friend.
Fantastic to be here. We spent some great times with Dennis, and he is necessary. A lot of us have questions. I specifically enjoyed some of the episodes, and I know a lot of the fans, they commented on the episodes where he was sharing his stories with Ronnie Coleman, where he was sharing his stories about, Kevin Levrone and all that. And it's awesome to have him here.
Icons on the set, who better?
Who better than Dennis James?
Well, we cover all the divisions here. And a week or so ago when you were here, we talked about bikini. Today, we talk about my division, men's physique. And there's a great rivalry brewing. A guy that busted his hump to get to that number one spot over what, 12 years?
Yeah, Ryan Terry, you have a bromance. He has a crush on him. Dennis,
I would say it's a crush because a bromance would be mutual.
I need to get you into this. You're going to see the way Tim Wilkins talks about Ryan Terry.
2 words, restraining order.
He has a crush on that man.
Okay.
He melts when he talks about Ryan Terry.
It's not that bad.
It's a full-blown romance. But it's okay. Just keep it under control.
I will try to do that, Tarek. Thank you for making that as uncomfortable as humanly possible. I'm a big fan of Ryan Terry's. It's not quite that awkward. He doesn't need security, and I try not to drool. I don't know where this comes from, Tarek, but you play it up. It's been brewing with Aaron Banks, who, here's the thing. Ryan's been over there being a dad with his new gym, overseas not showing much of anything. Aaron's been back, like he said, battling it out on stage and being the sport.
Ryan Terry is the all-around nice guy, okay? He's British. He has tea in the afternoon, and he is a very polite man.
Pinky up?
Pinky up and everything. He is the 2-time champion. The problem is these guys, Aaron Banks, he is from Fresno, okay? And he's rough. Aaron is rough. He's like, hey, I don't like losing to anybody. Ali Bilal is from Afghanistan. He knows what rough is. They want to take down the British colonizer. That's what they want. They do not like Ryan Terry, the nice, pretty guy from United Kingdom, going up there, winning the show, and giving his nice little speech with his beautiful accent. The Fresno guy wants to take him down. That's Aaron Banks.
I got to stop you because I'm not only a California guy, but I'm a big history buff. I don't remember the time the British said, all right, we're going to go over the I-5, past Bakersfield, and take over Fresno. And all that you see shall be our kingdom in Fresno, all the way to Stockton and Merced and Turlock.
They want to take him down. They think he is the all-around pretty guy, and they go, we're going to crash his party. I know Aaron Banks. He's from Fresno. He won the Olympia. He's not happy about seeing Ryan Terry as the last man standing. In Pittsburgh, he won that show, and he was very vocal about it. I'm going for the Olympia title. Ryan Terry was sitting there. At the Arnold Classic, Ali Bilal, he was so convinced he won it. He came out and said, I need more money, Arnold. Where's the money? And this and that. So these guys, they're fierce competitors, and they're coming after Ryan Terry. Now, some people are underestimating Ryan Terry. They think he's just a nice guy walking the kids around the park. No, he's also a fierce competitor. He just expresses differently.
You know what's funny, too? Ali got that check from Arnold and was pissed off at Ryan. And I said, how can that be? He said, taxation without representation. Do we still have a king? He saw his check, and after American tax, he got hammered.
Yeah, that's what they do. They withhold the tax if you're a foreigner, which is the right thing to do. You know, not everybody's as lucky as Rami, who fortunately there was no treaty between the U.S. and Egypt. He got his full money.
All right, guys, let's look at these guys right here. Now, I'm a big fan of Aaron Banks also. And when you talk about him being hard, though, so is this how you show that you're there for blood? You come in with your cowboy boots on your scooter, and you say, I'm here, and I'm here for blood.
Well, I'll tell you that.
He's on his scooter.
And cowboy hat.
And the cowboy hat.
When he did that, I was a little taken. I'm like, dude, if you fall, something happens, you're depleted, and this and that. Here's the deal. What are we talking about here? Men's physique. You want to win the Olympia. You want to win the Olympia. You're a men's physique competitor, okay? Pay attention. You're a men's physique competitor. You want to win the Olympia. It's not enough to have a six-pack, okay? It's not enough. Every single dude there has abs, okay? So don't come to me and say, I have abs. You need to have deep obliques. That's harder to get than this. Once your obliques are deep like this, then you're playing game. Don't show up at the Olympia with a pair of abs and this soft on the sides. You're going to find yourself on the third, fourth call out, you know, begging your girlfriend for forgiveness.
I'm also going to throw one more proviso in here. There are about 5 guys at the top level that can hit this pose straight on. Even in the pro league, get an angle, reduce the waist. That's the guy right there that can hit this straight on and say, look at me, I have a tiny waist, I have obliques, I can do this. Everybody else, turn sideways and quit playing games.
It's almost like him showing off that he has a small waist. He goes to everybody, he puts his hands here and he goes, guys, I have a small waist squared up. Now, I think Aaron Banks could have done that, and I think he has a small waist. Ali Bilal doesn't have a small waist like these guys. His waist is small, but these guys have a smaller waist. But Ali Bilal has the best obliques.
He's got Hadi Chupan obliques.
He's got a great set of abs. And, you know, what I like in the men physique category is especially these guys, there's no clear-cut winner. There's nobody that's ahead of the pack. It's so close, anybody can walk away with the win. I mean, Aaron won the Olympia before. Ryan won it 2 times. Ali just won the Arnold, and he got second last year. So I think this is like a 3-4-man race for sure.
I have to agree with that. We are not seeing a dominant competitor like Jeremy Buendia. When Jeremy Buendia was on top, it was over. But I'm also going to say, if this guy wins the 3rd time, then we can start talking about a dynasty in men's physique.
We haven't had that, though, since Buendia.
Correct. We've had, you know, well,
Brandon
Hendrickson.
He had
3,
2,
yeah.
to 3.
So we have Ryan Terry possibly going for 3. Brandon has 3, and Jeremy has 4. Is he the favorite? Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Every time somebody wins, I think for the next year, he is the favorite. But I think Aaron Banks can ambush him.
Let's look at the back. Physique is one from the abs in the back, Dennis. And compare these 2 guys, compare their backs for us.
Well, if I look at, well, it's not a back double biceps, but Aaron's back is just out of this world. Standing there relaxed, he has the biggest lat flare with a tiny waist from the rear. You know, but if I judge him in a back double biceps, he's got great detail in his back. He's got a great back too, but he cannot stand next to Aaron when they turn around. That will be, if that's a deciding factor, Aaron will beat him from the back. I think that Ryan is more dangerous from the front than from the rear. And like I said, I would have Aaron right here winning the back pose, since it's not a back double biceps, but Aaron's back,
his width and his
lats
V-taper
is just all the way down to the board shorts.
And no judge would disagree with that statement by Dennis James. This guy is better from the front. That guy is better from the back. The key question is this: how much better is he from the front, and how much better is he from the back? Is this a perfect 10 with a 9? Is this a perfect 10 with an 8? is now the difference here -2 and the difference here -1. So do we give the trophy to this guy? That's something that people don't ask judges. They go, well, I beat this guy on this pose. That guy beat me on that pose. Let's stop.
Well,
by how much?
With open, you've got 8 poses. We're talking 2 here for.
Correct. So you got to calculate the difference of how much you've won that pose. Jay Cutler beats Ronnie Coleman on the abdominals and thighs. That's not Ronnie's best pose. But by how much? Is Jay a perfect 10? Is Ronnie a 7? Nah. Is he a 6? Nah. Is he an 8? Maybe. He's got the obliques coming down. So you have to calculate by how much. Now look at this. You want to show off how good you are. Look at these obliques by Ryan Terry. Look at that. He's transitioning to the back, but he's also showing the judges. I got the best obliques in the house. I know Ali Bilal would disagree with this, but
I would disagree too.
yeah, he's displaying his best pose as he transitions to the back.
I think when it comes down to who's going to, I mean, Ryan has to be the favorite. This is just my opinion. As a reigning champ, you are the favorite unless you come in off. Now, it depends when this guy step on stage. Where was Aaron Benz last year?
Aaron was third.
So anything can happen. Anything can happen. He can end up winning this thing. He can end up in third or even fourth again because these guys are so close. So it matters who nails it that day. We'll never see a contest where everybody nails it 100%. That just doesn't happen.
So that's one of the interesting factors because this isn't a category where you have to say, well, I need to put on 3 pounds next year. I need to change. Ryan needs to bring exactly that next year and hope that nobody else brings better that makes a difference.
Yeah, and of course, then the display. You got to be able to hold the abs tight because this is the first thing that attracts the eye. And I'm not talking as a judge. I'm talking as a spectator who loves the bodybuilder, who loves the sport. When the bodybuilder comes out, I don't care if it's a female bodybuilder, women, guys, whatever. The first thing that attracts my eye is a nice set of abs. And not only the first 5 seconds, you hold that in and keep it tight. And that's why these guys stand out because they control their abs to the T. And like I said, it's just a matter of who nails the condition and who displays his 2 poses that they do the best.
All right, we brought these guys up earlier. Brandon Hendrickson, who has won many titles, who has now just won a show recently. So he's back on the books.
New York Pro.
Back at the New York Pro and back saying, I am back on the charts this year. Don't count me out. I'm coming back. Ali Bilal, who wants it as well. And now he's back to the drawing board with 5 months between his win and the Olympia. So we're going to talk about them when we come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Weider, Olympia Finals, start now!
All right, men's physique is always a battle of conditioning. We talked about the abs and obliques of Ali Bilal and the balance of Brandon Hendrickson that put him on that podium for the win 3 other times. He's back.
You want me to tell you why Brandon Hendrickson is so good? 90% of my feedback to men's physique competitors, and all of them, a lot of them have large clavicle bones, right? The distance between your clavicles, some guys are narrow, some guys are large. Brandon Hendrickson has some of the largest clavicle bones. He's got a small waist. But the difference is that he has been able to fill up the clavicles with big chest. My feedback to most men's physique guys is, hey dude, you got nice clavicle bones and a small waist, but you're not like Brandon Hendrickson. you haven't filled up your chest. When he is on his pose, look, this is bubbly. This is Phil Heath-like, very bubbly. And that's why this guy is phenomenal. Nobody has the muscle, how can I say, the round muscle bellies that Brandon Hendrickson has. He's even better than Ryan Terry. He's even better than Jeremy, better than everybody when it comes to round muscle bellies. He can be considered the Phil Heath of men's physique.
I totally agree. I think he's the fullest of the men's physique guys, and I think that if he nails his condition, I wouldn't be surprised if he walks away with number 4.
Now, since you're an open guy, this is one of those opportunities I want to take to point out the legs on a competitor.
Yeah.
You're not judging the legs, but you're judging the balance top to bottom now, correct?
Correct.
They shortened the shorts a little bit to try to show that teardrop. Ryan has a good one. Aaron Banks has a wicked one. Brandon's legs are big.
Yeah, I love that for Brandon to show the legs, because these guys train. It's just because they wear board shorts doesn't mean they don't train their legs. They have to train their legs. Not everybody has big legs, but it's the same in bodybuilding. Not everybody has huge legs. So for him to show his legs the way he is, I applaud that, and I would like to see some of the other guys do the same thing, because I think it helps to have the shorts, not too long, but also not too short, and have quads like him. I think that helps, and it makes his whole physique look even better.
It gives that
Yes. Yeah.
X.
Tim, let's go down memory lane. When we see a bodybuilder kind of going into his final years of his career, what happens? It could be Dennis James, Ronnie Coleman, Dexter Jackson. Some people start speculating, oh man, their waist is becoming so big and this and that. No, a lot of times they have been unable to maintain the quad size they had throughout their careers. So then their legs started getting a little smaller, which starts emphasizing the waist. If you are a men's physique competitor, and Brandon Hendrickson is a master of that, he wants to have big legs to show that his waist is small, to create that X frame. You would be crazy as a men's physique competitor not to have big legs. It's suicide.
I couldn't have said it any better. You know your stuff, Garrett. You know.
They let him judge.
He know the little details. People don't understand. The bigger your legs are, the smaller your waist looks. And he's exactly right. With age, you start losing that sweep. And once that sweep is gone, you look more straight up and down, and that falls right into your waist and makes your waist look bigger, which is not really the case. It's just the legs are smaller.
So guys, this is where we have to go. 2 poses, front, back. Front, shredded beyond shredded. That conditioning is...
The obliques on Ali Bilal are insane. I mean, this looks like a eagle's claw, right? I think Chris Cormier was calling this is an eagle's claw. Nobody has obliques like him. Nobody. On the front pose, he might not have the fullness of Brandon Hendrickson, but if your eyes are right here, this guy is the men's physique Olympia champion.
One of the things they always talk about in judges' feedback is delts and upper chest. He's got that perfect line across the top.
Yeah, I would say he could fill up a little bit more, right? Just a little bit more, not that much. The fullness that Brandon Hendrickson has and Jeremy Buendia is incredible. So guys, if you can start your workout with an upper chest exercise, and I'm not quite sure, this is more Dennis James' expertise, can you pump up the upper chest before you go in?
Yes, you can, and I totally agree with you should work your upper chest. As a man physique competitor, what I would stop doing is anything flat. I would do all incline just to work on that upper chest, because it's very hard to keep that chest high and full if you have to keep your abs tight. So you always try to, you always bring your body down, because your abs is the most important thing. So now you flatten out on top. Now if you elongate, you can open your chest up. So train that chest, fill up the upper chest, and you don't have to worry about, you keep your abs tight, your chest stays full.
All right, we covered the front. Let's look at the back.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, guys. I have to agree with Dennis. From the back, these guys are not as good as Aaron Banks. It's
right.
the bottom line. Aaron Banks from the back is lights out.
Yeah.
So the key question is, can you come in second on the back shot to Aaron Banks? Can you close the gap? It goes back to bodybuilding. We always thought Derek Lunsford was unbeatable from the back double biceps until Nick Walker proved us wrong. These guys have to pull a Nick Walker. They need to come in with wider lats and more detail on the back. I'm not quite sure about the posing here for Brandon Hendrickson. This is one of the feedbacks that Tyler and Bill Sibilia gave it to Brandon at the Pittsburgh Pro. You need to fix your back posing. He fixed it, and he won the New York Pro. I like Ali Bilal a little bit better here. It looks like his shoulders are a little bit back, right?
That's why you see more detail here in the upper back.
But you run the risk of pinching off the width of the lats
Yep.
by not flaring the elbows forward, which disengages the rear delts. So you got to decide, do I want the detail or do I need the width?
But
Well,
there's
you-
a fine line, right?
Yeah, you need to train for thickness, then you don't have to worry about this. You can open up and you're still thick. That's why Aaron is so good from the back.
I mean, Aaron can be walking to the shower with his kids,
Yeah.
and he's still got detail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got the best back. Nobody's going to beat that guy. These guys, they need to close the gap on Aaron Banks from the back. They need to close the gap on Ryan Terry from the front. But there's one guy that might be the X factor.
Who might that be?
In the next segment, we'll tell you who that is.
Wow, that was really good.
I tried to do my best impersonation of Tim Wilkins, and I failed.
No, that was good. I'll go over here.
Can you
put the camera on me? Put the camera on me.
Can you do the segue? It's not my expertise, guys.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're not doing this, you're going to fail and your life is going to be ruined. How's that? Pretty good?
That's pretty good. Let me see if I can do here the Tim Wilkins.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, man. I feel like, this feels good.
It's a good chair, huh?
You feel like in the center, huh?
Let me try to do the segue like Tim Wilkins. On the next segment, we're going to find out who the X Factor on the men's physique category. On the next Primetime Muscle.
That's Tarek bringing the heat on the next episode. All right, you know what this segment is because there's graphics, because it's a fancy show. Who is the X Factor at this year's men's physique for the Olympia? Do we have anybody that we know that is lurking out there waiting to get qualified, or is it one of the guys we've already talked about?
To be honest, I can't think of anybody right now that would be an X factor for me. It's one of the four we just talked about.
Tarek?
Well, I'm going to get a little bit more exotic on the X Factor. First and foremost, there are rumors that Jeremy Buendia might be coming back. And you can never disregard somebody that has won 4 titles. He's a little bit more tamed right now as a dad. He's a dad. He's got 2 kids. You know me. I love him in the past. He would win shows and fight people backstage, rush his Maserati onto the streets of LA, get about 3 tickets, and then call us to bail him out. Those were the days of Jeremy Buendia. But Jeremy, if he comes back, he can be an X Factor. I'm also going to mention a few other names. Edvan Palmeira, he was just in Pittsburgh. This guy has placed in the top 5. It looks like he's peaking, and he could very well attack those guys. Diogo Montenegro from Brazil. This is a guy that has won the Arnold Classic. You can't disregard this guy. And I call him the silent assassin because nobody talks about him. And he doesn't even talk. He doesn't even hype himself up. And he shows up. He has placed third at the Olympia, won the Arnold. He hasn't competed, and he's saying, I'm coming to the Olympia, and I'm coming to shock the world. Vitor Chavez. I mean, he was right there in Pittsburgh with those guys. He was placing second to Ali Bilal. You can't disregard him. Andre Dio, the guy from Romania. Beautiful physique.
Beautiful physique.
But his arms are a little bit too big. He needs to take some muscle out of those arms and maybe put on your legs, Tim Wilkins. I also like the guy that took second in Reno and went on to win in DC, Diogo Basaglia, right?
Yeah.
He had nice V-taper. I like him. So I think these guys are in the surrounding the top four, but I think one of them can attack the top four, and the name that I say is Diogo Montenegro.
Okay. Of the guys we've talked about, I'm going to say the conditioning of Ali Bilal and the size and shape of Aaron Banks will be chipping away at Ryan Terry this year.
Well, here's the deal, Tim. You're the men's physique expert, okay? You know that category better than anybody. I want you to look at the camera and give your top five. And even if you pick against your man crush, it's okay. Go there and give your top five for the Olympia.
Top five. Top five?
Top five. Starts with in fifth place.
Fifth place, I'm gonna put Jogo.
Diogo.
Yep.
Fourth place.
Ooh. I'm gonna put don't be mad at me, people. I'm gonna put Brandon there.
Brandon in fourth. In third place.
Aaron.
Woo!
I know.
In second place.
Ali.
Okay.
Ryan Terry.
I know. You just can't resist that man, huh?
You don't want to lose that follower.
So, it's going to be interesting to see who can jockey for those spots.
Yeah, I mean, what your prediction just now makes all the sense in the world. You know, can it flip-flop? Absolutely. You can go either way with those five names you just mentioned.
Who's going to miss their conditioning on that day that's going to make all the difference in the world? I mean, that's one of those things.
Yeah. Who's the most consistent?
Most consistent conditioning-wise has been Ali.
Yeah, I would say the same. That's
Yeah.
why I think that he would be my dark horse to win the Olympia.
Best for the sport, best for the division in the last 3 years, Aaron Banks. He's been so outspoken, trying to gather all the athletes up and say, compete as much as possible for the promoters, put butts in the seats, put the top names out there, and just go at it. He's been showing up in condition every time.
Yeah, you know, this is a great thing. We talk about the X factor of winning the shows, but you also got to talk about the X factor of growing the category. Once again, we go back to bikini, we go back to men's physique. You're a promoter in the NPC, and you have a regional show, and you're going to get the majority of your male competitors from the men's physique category. We have benefited tremendously from what some of the early men's physique guys have done. And I mentioned Jeremy Buendia, because I traveled everywhere in the world. 2018, I was in Tunisia, and I saw men's physique competitors there trying to imitate Jeremy Buendia. I went to the Philippines. They were trying to imitate Jeremy Buendia. When you have somebody that's, winning the Olympia, and they're great ambassadors, that just amplifies the look on our sport. Ryan Terry is not as polarizing as Jeremy Buendia, but he's a great ambassador. Aaron Banks is polarizing, quite polarizing, because there was a lot of guys that didn't like him. I did a live one time where Jeremy Buendia and Aaron Banks, they confronted each other. They're like, you a bitch. No, you're a bitch. Best live I've ever done. I never said a word. It was the only time Bob Cicherillo didn't say anything for 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Because they were attacking each other. Brandon Hendrickson had some issues with Jeremy Buendia. I hate to say this, but if you look at the UFC, the most watched UFC fights are with Conor McGregor. You know, people love those polarizing characters. They just love it. They love those guys. That's why Nick Walker is the most popular bodybuilder right now. That's why Jeremy Buendia brought the house down.
So to your point, I'm a huge Jeremy Buendia fan. I told him a couple months ago at the Legions that I would train when I did my cardio for hour in the morning, hour at night, last couple shows. I have a series of things I watch. I go back and watch all Jeremy's old training videos because he was such an inspiration so early on. I would love to see him in his very last show come back and make a big dent. Come top 5, come top 3. I would love to see him bring it like he hasn't brought it. What was it, last year or the year before he was...
Got a chest tear.
Yeah.
Got a major chest tear.
He's got his new gym open.
Yeah, he's got his new gym open. He's got a chest tear. He has a back injury. You know, listen, we all would love to see him come back. But, you know, the body has taken a toll. I judged Jeremy when he was a bodybuilder. He was a welterweight in California. He's been working out for a long time. He's a wrestler and he played football. So that body has some scars that might prevent him from showing his best, especially in men's physique. You got a chest tear, you know, and now everybody's focusing on that chest tear. And he knew he wasn't at his best when he came back. He still placed in the top 10. Would I be surprised if he came in and won? Kinda. I think guys like Ryan Terry, Brendan Hendrickson, and Aaron Banks are peaking, but I wouldn't put it past me. I think he can deliver a powerful performance.
Yeah, well, I don't have anything to add. He absolutely can. Is he coming back?
He said to me that he is planning on fighting for this year's Olympia. I even speculated with him. I said, why don't you do a show before? Get some momentum going, you know what I mean? You're showing up at the Olympia after 2-3 years. Come in, do a show, knock it out of the park. Get people talking about you.
Yeah.
Then you have momentum.
Well, I've always been of the mindset too. You do that show 3 to 5 weeks out, shows you where you're at, gives you a chance when it's been a year or two to see what your metabolism's doing with food,
Yep.
how your prep is going this year, how your body's reacting to prep, and then it gives you 3 to 5 weeks to make adjustments.
Right, but if you do a show before the Olympia, and what happens if you don't win that show? What is that going to do?
That's a good point. Maybe you lose momentum now, right?
No,
Exactly.
see, to me, it's hard, I guess, when you're a former champion. You got 4 champions, Olympia titles under your belt, but it's a diagnostic tool. You can't expect to go back there necessarily and go, hey, I was a champ in 2014. You go in there and you diagnose, you say, okay, my body's completely reacting different to the cardio, the food that I'm eating on prep, the supplements I'm taking, and now it gives you 3 to 5 weeks to go, okay, now I can make some switches that worked for me back then that don't work for me now, and tighten up before the big day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right with what you're saying. It's just some people are mentally not that strong to try to apply what you just said and then go to a show and possibly lose to someone who didn't even make top 5 at the Olympia.
Yeah, I get that.
Well,
I get.
you have to compete, and then once you go to the gym, what are you doing when you go to the gym? Some people think that by going to the gym, you're getting your muscles bigger. You're not correct. I'm going to tell you why. When you're going to the gym, you're actually breaking muscle tissue. Your cells are being torn apart. Yes, exactly. This is what's happening. When you go home and you start eating your protein filled with amino acids and repaired by global formulas, your cells will reconstruct bigger and stronger because they do not want to go through that stress again. You need protein, amino acids, and repair from global formulas.
Nice job. We gotta switch seats.
After a few months back when Dennis humiliated me with the breasted chicken, I said, I need to study, man. He humiliated me publicly.
I was just going to ask you the question.
My wife
how much
watched
protein
it.
is 30 grams of that
My
powder?
wife watched it, you know. She hasn't been looking at me the same since.
Well, you might want to take some of that endure and repair.
Yes, and
All right.
some wine.
Dennis, regardless of how you've schooled him, and actually we appreciate that, thank you again for joining us.
An absolute pleasure, man. I had so much fun, man. You guys are awesome.
Derek, always a pleasure.
Great to be here. Another great episode with the Menace.
The Menace, Tarek, and myself, Tim Wilkins, like, subscribe, share, Tell your friends about the show, and if you're just finishing up your cardio, put it up a couple notches and finish strong. We'll see you next time on Primetime Muscle.